gonna leave that term in last year, man. Hey, but real shit though, man. Like, I gotta be getting old, man, because my social interaction meter, boy, that motherfucker stay low, bro. Like, I ain't got no more left in me. This weekend, cousin decided to come in town impromptu. So, you know, when people come in town, you always got to show them a good time. And he just so happened to come in town when I guess is one of the most lit weekends in Houston. So if anybody that don't know, 50 Cent has relocated to Houston, right? And he's got his charity, G Unity, where he works with the kids. G Unity. I mean, you know, the nigga monetizing, man. It's some catchy shit, man. Look, I know that motherfucker. I know that session, that brain session that them niggas have. It's like, what can we call this foundation? Motherfucker came in right away, like, we just gonna throw a Y on the end of that bitch. You call that bitch G Unity. We out of here.
It's clever because it's hilarious.
So every year it started in New York, but he has what he calls a tycoon weekend where he brings all the stars out. You feel me?
You said a coon weekend?
Like Alex,
drop the tie.
Alex, that little bitty beer that Miller Lite 64 you just had, nigga, do not got you bugging like that, G.
MGD, bro.
The low calorie joint, G. You ain't never slapped.
But get a second one.
He call it Tycoon Weekend, right? So he's supposed to be bringing out all the celebrities. When I say this shit was all D-list celebrities, my nigga, like the worst. This shit was like.
So Ray J was there.
Ray J was definitely in the house, G. He was like one of the marquee niggas. No, it was all of them RSVP niggas, G. Bobby V, Sammy, Ray J, Pleasure P. They bought the little nigga Jacquees, Trey Songz, like all seats.
Trey Songz is in public now?
G, we was trying to understand why the nigga was out. When Trey Songz walked into the celebrity basketball game, that nigga had an entourage of 72 people. Like literally like shut down the sideline, right? But it was just like C-list celebrities and scammers and bad wigs and fucking cat suits that look like garbage bags. Like it was just terrible, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like the fact that I had to be out in that shit really like made my motherfucking butthole itch, nigga. Like the fuck am I out here with these losers for? Like, I guess that's where that clout butcher in me come in, but like it was like Tycoon Weekend. So he did a comedy show, and this was the lineup. It was everybody from all four of his shows from Power, right? So Tommy, Tariq, all the little niggas and shit, right?
I think I saw a video of that shit where the
Gary Owen and Tommy.
No, what's the white dude in Tariq show in Power Book?
Who knows?
Whatever the fuck his name is, like
Braden is his name.
He had tried to shake Tommy's hand, and
Tommy showed him no love.
Yeah, I saw that shit. Yeah. That was this weekend.
Did that basketball playing nigga? Did he do his song? That trash ass song that he did?
Which one? Who you talking? Oh no, that nigga was the nigga that got his back blew out in the show.
On, what?
What's the nigga? No, he got shot in the back.
Okay.
What y'all thought? Y'all thought I was talking about some P Valley shit?
I was talking about P Valley shit.
Oh man.
No, what was What was nephew's son name? It was nephew's son. What was that nigga name? He wasn't there though.
Zeke?
Zeke.
Yeah.
I used to call that nigga nephew's son. Like, we didn't know what the fuck that nigga was. But it was all them niggas there, and then all these B-list comedians like DC Young Fly, B Simone, fucking Jess Hilarious, Gary Owen. Like, it was just, you know, I'm getting to the point in life where I'm at that age where, like, when I see that kind of lineup, I just want to go the other way. You know what I'm saying? So Cuzzo was out, so I was out, because anytime people come in town, you definitely got to show them a good time, no matter the weekend. Right. So we bopped out to a few things. The missus came out, you know, she showed out, but it was just bad, man. Like, I love the effect behind it, him donating it to the Young Black Entrepreneur After School program in Houston, which is fucking dope. But at the same time, it's just like the means of getting to it is just trash. Like, I mean, everybody flew out here. It was so many, like it wasn't a rental car in the city of Houston or any of the surrounding suburbs, nigga. Like everybody tried to get a Camaro or Scat or something like that. You know, all the bitches bought out all their terrible bundles. You know what I'm saying? The fucking Dark Knight attire was in full effect. We saw one girl who
Bigelow outfits.
The Bam Bigelow's, G. It was definitely motherfucking Rakishi vibes, G. You know what I'm saying? They was just, it was terrible, man. But Cuzzo had, I mean, for some people, it might be lit. But like, I mean, what about y'all? Like, I mean, if you go into a weekend event and you're going to go for 3-4 days, it's an all celebrity event. You want to see a little bit better than Bobby Valentino, right?
You fucking crazy, nigga.
I mean, what was the purpose of the event? To like,
it was all fundraising. So they made like the day 50 cent day or some shit. And
how much was they charging for shit like that? That's
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. So I didn't go to none of the exclusive shit because like what 50 did is he bought out a whole hotel and he shut the hotel down and it was just motherfuckers for the shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the celebrities stayed at the hotel with the regular people. So you know it's probably all kind of fucking and gross shit going on in that motherfucker. But they had around the clock pool parties, stripper balls and all kind of shit.
Hey, let me ask you a question. So if Breezy could charge a stack for a photo, how much is Ray J charge? Like 25?
I mean, it was only $25 to go to the game, and we was damn near on the floor.
Oh, so. Yeah, I would have been in that bit.
Yeah.
Did you see the fake Breezy out here charging niggas $1,500 for the
$1,500? Yeah,
nigga, it's a fake Breezy out here.
It's a fake Breezy, bro. This nigga out here charging $1,500.
That nigga name is Wendy. It's not Breezy.
His name is Wendy.
Look like Chris Brown though.
That nigga look exactly like Chris Brown.
Nah, bro. I disagree.
You're gonna have to drop it right here so we can see what this nigga Wendy look like, G.
I got.
That nigga name is Wendy, man, not Breezy.
Exactly like Chris Brown, G. You know what I'm saying?
So, but yeah, man. So definitely went out this weekend. Had to do the social interaction and shit. Turned out to be a good ass weekend, but I'm paying for that shit right now, bro. Like when I say I'm struggling, nigga, I am struggling. So what about you guys? Y'all get into anything this weekend?
I was glued to my tube, bro. It's football back, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Football season.
Football came back. I was glued to my television.
Gee, none of that shit this weekend was football, though.
Shit,
what you
man,
talking about?
All high school football, man. Like
college ball too.
I was locked in. College ball.
Not a relevant game of the Alex did something interesting this weekend.
Let me just say this before we get into what Alex did. When you ain't seen a meaningful football game in months. Nigga, FAU and Charlotte's like a BCS championship. Yeah, fuck you mean? Like,
I was locked into the high school football games all weekend, though. And then my 5-year-olds, they started flag football.
Oh, now see, you should have led with that. It was lit. What them little niggas was out there doing?
It wasn't shit to talk about. Them little niggas ain't have a clue what was going on in life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Did they get to carry the rock, G?
Yeah, they carried the rock. And one of them went the wrong way, and the other one just stood there and let the nigga take his flags, G.
So but it's two of them, G. They supposed to be.
I don't know if they got the pedigree yet, cuz.
They twins. They supposed to be looking out for one another, G.
Shit, man. Like one of my son had a band-aid before he even got on the practice field, cuz you know what I'm saying? It was
what?
That was for swag, man. Yeah, you look good, you feel good, you feel good, you play good. What you
mean? Kids is light skinned though, you know.
Bro, like he fell unprovoked, you know what I'm saying? And you know
he just fell.
He just fell on the concrete, cuz.
Which one was it, G?
It was Braylon, bud. But it's all good though, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, I'm loving it. They didn't have to be on the iPad, so nigga, I'm loving it.
It's early, man. But football, I was locked in all weekend, man. You know, my older boys had their first game this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Got a nice little dub, 38-0. Blue niggas out. So
hey, that sound like Cam this weekend. They got out 35-0. So
love to hear that. Love to hear that.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, look, I'm locked in for the rest of the year, man. It's money time, man. Fantasy leagues kicking off. In the better place.
Don't remind me, man. Don't remind me.
Football, man, I
had to have Cam.
Yes, I think I'm in 10 fantasy leagues, bro.
Oh, no, you tripping.
When I took my inventory. But this leagues I've been waiting to get in. I couldn't say no. I had to turn down the league. I dropped out of one league. So
hey, man.
Damn,
I capped it at 5.
Up there, bro.
Normally I do 3 or 4. This year I'm doing 5 and I'm capping it at 5. Like
I'm at 5.
It's too much bread going out the door for it's gonna be a return on investment. But nigga, I gotta wait 4 months for that return, nigga. Like, nah, I'm not giving any more money.
That's why y'all need to come to Illinois, man. You can do the fantasy, right? I think I'm in 4 leagues, but you can also gamble every weekend.
Nigga, I'm trying to figure out a way so that I can get my gamble on out here, bro. Because Texas is killing me, nigga. Before I left Illinois,
a way for you to gamble.
You can't put that on wax, man. Chill out, bro.
Camera, yeah. Off camera.
Oh, see, I forgot Oppenheimer in this joint too. G.
Off camera, we can maybe see about that,
man. John about to be my new bookie, nigga.
Now, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I'm gonna have a sheet.
Book club.
I'm finna be trying to send shit to that nigga at 8 in the morning. Like, make sure you get these in this morning, fool.
8 in the morning is respectful because I know niggas. I'm not saying they were sending them to me, but I didn't see picks come in at 11:57. You know what I'm saying?
I need my shit locked in when the odds is the best.
For the first game on the parlay.
No, nigga. I want the whole. Damn, that was gonna sound so bad. Oh man.
Check the stats, we winning. When we lost, we replenished. Started last, but we finished. I just need my percentage. Outer space is the limits. Lied when they said the sky. My life like Claude, taking risks. Need my piece of the pie. Check the stats, we winning. When we lost, we replenished. Started last, but we finished. I just need my percentage. Outer space is the limits. Lied when they said the sky. My life like Claude, taking risks. Need my piece of the pie.
Check the stats, we winning. Going hard since the beginning. I took off a minute, but now I'm back in it. Like work when your vacation finished. I cleaned up my image, I'm grinning, cause I ain't in debt no more. I was down, now I'm up like my credit score. Got a daughter, I gotta do better for. Let's get paid off these punchlines and metaphors. Taking the steps to be wealthy. Pop Global LLC. Went from a worker to owner, the system thought I.
Hey, on that note, what's up, everybody? You are now tuned into A Cloud of Smoke, the power we talk our shit. I'm one of your hosts, the big homie John, and I'm gonna throw it to Big Nate.
What's good, world, man? You know, we back with another one, man. I'm gonna pass it back down to my big homie Jafito, the Clout Butcher.
Hey man, Nate always, you know what I'm saying, getting it to me, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's Lord Pretty Jaffo, the Clout Butcher. I'm gonna make sure that I get it to Alex so that Alex could definitely throw it back to Nate. No. So that he can throw it back. No, because you got to get us into our first subject. So I'm gonna let him know first.
Alex got to go last.
Alex, I know, but with him going last, he still got to get it to you so you can introduce our first topic. So, Alex, freaking talk to the people, man.
What up? What's good, world? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad to be back. Happy Monday. Football season is on the horizon. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, nigga. But you said you happy to be back. Where'd you go?
Yeah, where you go?
Oh, damn, you threw me.
Fuck did you go?
I ain't going nowhere. Just been busy, man. You know, got the crib under renovation.
This nigga disoriented, right?
That
nigga he disoriented.
I almost lost my life up in the attic, bro. Hey,
you took a wrong step in the Alex Monday in the attic.
Bro. Hey, when it's time to work in the attic, you need to get your ass up early in the morning before it get hot, or wait till it get dark outside. When it's cool,
this is what we like to call a small to medium sized nigga problem. Because when I hit the attic ladder, that bitch creaked a little bit,
and I get the fuck off.
And I got off the ladder. I never made it to the second.
I went my attic one time.
You been up there, huh?
It was by the grace of God I didn't fall through my ceiling.
I ain't never been in the attic.
I heard the joist was creaking and shit as I'm trying to tip through my attic, man.
Yeah, your ass is finna fall in your daughter room, nigga.
Yeah, I'm out here being Bob the Builder, but I got both Bluetooth exhaust fans installed in the bathroom, so I think I had a successful attempt to be in a
nigga. What the fuck does exhaust fan got to be Bluetooth for, nigga? Like,
because it's got the speaker, bro. They can play music. Nah, like, well, it's Bluetooth and it's got the music and it's hooked up to the light switch, and then the one in my bedroom is like LED, so it can like change colors and shit. It's
nigga, your bathroom exhaust fans that keep your bathroom from smelling like shit play music now, nigga.
Yes, nigga, they definitely do.
Nigga was risking falling from his center like mankind.
Plus the Bluetooth fans, G.
Hey, shout out to my contractor, Rich City Construction. He told me to get the one you dig, and I was on some cheap shit, so I got one that was half the price, but I thought did the same thing, which it turned out decent. They put that one in, but I wasn't happy with it. But my kids was liking it, so I was like, man, let me go ahead and get the right one. You know, the one he told me to get, but I wasn't finna tell him, you know, because I didn't want him to have to charge me to throw it in there because he had already told me to do it. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna do it myself. So I got up in there and it took me a couple days. I had to plan I thought it was gonna be quick, you know, because on the box it say no attic access needed. Dead. Definitely had to go up there and modify some shit. I had to end up adding 2x4s and shit to mount the fucking fan to. But long story short, I got it in. I took the one that was in my master that his guys put in, and I put it in my kids' bathroom since I had an extra Bluetooth exhaust fan. So yeah, that's what
2x4s, G.
I hope you ain't had to do
2x4.
I hope you ain't had to do no kind of electrical work, my nigga. Like
I know I was up there doing. I cut the fuses off in the basement. And
that nigga house ain't up to code no more.
That's what I have to say. It's definitely some shit held together by electric tape, nigga.
You better not be looking to sell no
official,
time,
bro. I went to Menards. I got the foil tape for the duct work. I'm official, bro. The shit looked like a contractor did it. So
not beating building codes, my nigga.
Hey, look, let me tell you something about Al, man. That nigga once offered to put a water heater in Black crib, and Black was like, "Yo, have you ever done this before?" He's like, "No," but he's like, "I could use your house as the guinea pig, so that when I got to replace mine, I know what I'm doing, man."
No way.
Al cutting gas lines and shit. Finna blow up the neighbor crib, nigga.
You ain't never finna.
I'll unscrew a gas line and cut the valve off and shit and replace an appliance, but I ain't
cutting the valve off of this bitch too.
Yeah, that's how I put my dryer and my stove in. Yeah, I don't pay nobody to do nothing I could do myself.
I'm knocking on wood for this nigga. I hope y'all niggas ain't gotta cook nothing in that oven no time soon, nigga.
Bro, we've been getting it in for 6 years.
That nigga like the dad off Christmas Story.
Bro, you really be out there cutting gas valves to save $70 install and delivery?
It's got a switch on it. So
it's not even about that, man. I'm just saying, bro, the most of the time you buy an appliance, nigga, they deliver install a bitch for minimal coins.
Minimal coins, less than a bill for sure.
Extra $100, extra 150.
So that I don't gotta saw a gas valve, because that sounds serious.
I don't have to saw it. I said I just turn the switch.
Hey, I ain't gonna
on
lie
and
to
off
you.
valve on there. Cut it off. Unscrew it. Screw the new line on there. Cut it back on once you got the appliance.
I'm all about saying, Brad, because I moved the whole washer and dryer down some stairs 2 days after having surgery, nigga. So shit.
Exactly. They had to cut the gas off to move the dryer.
Nigga, so why are you moving anything when you got boys that's the same, two boys the same size as you?
Them niggas helped me, man. Like I was trying to just, oversee shit, but I ended up getting
I'm gonna tell you what you do, man. Invest in a fucking dolly, motherfucker. Dollies make everything.
I was only saving like $75 of this shit. Like my wife tried to talk me out the shit, nigga, and I was like, nah, nigga.
All I'm gonna say is 2 co-pays for a physical therapist is gonna trump that $75. So if you throw your back out on them steps, my nigga,
right.
Just remember that, man.
Yo, all my homeowners, man, don't be afraid to get up in your house and do some shit on your own, man. You might learn something. And
Alex had braids last time y'all saw him. He was fucking with that electricity, and look at his hair now, motherfucker.
Look, this just so you know, right? So after this nigga finished all his working and shit on Saturday, right? We cut on the Madden, right? Like 20 minutes in, he's like, bro, I'm just tired, man. I'm just gonna take a shower. I will get at you tomorrow.
The sun wore me out today. Just tired,
bro. He was too exhausted to pick up the controller, man.
It beat your ass like that, bro. You ain't never tell us what happened.
Bro, I was up there sweating, man. It was treacherous. And like in my attic, they got the fiberglass insulation. But then they like sprayed some like cotton looking stuff. It literally looks like cotton. It's
insulation.
And it's thick as hell. So like you can't see the beams. So I'm like trying to like
if
balance.
You don't step on the beam, you go straight through the ceiling. You go
straight through the drywall. So I'm trying to like brush away the snow looking stuff while trying to find it was just bad, bro. I was up there sweating. It looked like I took a shower with my clothes on when I finally came out the attic. Hell no, I was up there.
You just breathing in the asbestos, huh?
All the asbestos.
Bro, I watched the YouTube niggas didn't have no mask on, so I'm like,
don't let them niggas on YouTube send you up, man.
Hey, if I'd have wore a mask up there, I wouldn't have made it out the attic though, because I couldn't breathe. I'd have been a
You
pack.
probably did that shit when nobody was at the crib either. Alan was gonna pass the fuck out, but nobody was gonna come looking for him.
If I die up here, or if I pass out,
If you
who
pass
gonna
out,
know to look for me up here? They probably
your
think I
body
left
just
the crib
gonna
or
roll
something.
off the beam because you're not gonna be balancing, and you're gonna wake up on the floor.
They go mankind himself into the fucking living room, dude.
He talking like when he went up in the attic, he pulled the fucking ladder up behind him and shit. Like, nigga, the ladder would still be down, motherfucker.
But they
Eventually they walk back and be like,
something.
oh, that's fucked up.
Like,
Hey man, I'm glad you made it through, my nigga, man. But hey,
another nigga didn't make it through though, G.
Who didn't make it through?
Gee, what's the nigga name? We got to follow up last week.
Yeah, so I mean, before we even dropped the show last week, that IA nigga, FN Mecca, that shit that came and went, man. Black Twitter then came for his credentials through the gate.
Not surprised.
They wasn't playing with his ass.
They're playing with his ass. So we introduced the story about the artificial intelligent rapper FN Mecca, and I know we kind of tossed it back and forth for like, yo, like this dude, he gotta be controlled by a white dude. Needless to say, he was. You know what I'm saying? And
black niggas ain't sitting around doing no code and shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's more out there than you think.
There's a few of them out there, but them niggas is applying themselves. Them niggas ain't making rap artists, nigga.
But so a lot of information came out about it. So number one, obviously he was just appropriating the fuck out of this character. Two, and probably one of the most egregious things is, they programming this nigga to say nigga, right? Now, I mean, a guy came out that said he was the voice of this artificial rapper, and he wasn't, brother.
What's going on, everybody? This Kyle the Hooligan. So I know y'all probably been hearing about this FN Mecca stuff. People been DMing me, and I try to keep it quiet because I was gonna really wait till this shit blew up for real and then went after them, because basically it was like they came to me with this AI shit and was like, would I want to be the voice of it? And I thought it was gonna be some collaboration. They promised me equity into the company, percentages, all this stuff. So I'm thinking okay, there's about to be some collab, something different for me, so where I could do my music and be on some AI stuff with this FN Mecca character. So everything's going good. Next thing I know, niggas just ghosted me. Use my voice, use my sound, use the culture, and literally just left me high and dry. I ain't get a dime off of nothing. And they got record deals, all this stuff. I wasn't involved with no meetings or none of that, which is fucked up. So honestly, I'm glad they ass got canceled. That's karma for their ass, because God don't play with me. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
But apparently the white guy wrote for
the
AI, man. But before we could even report on that shit came and went, man. And Capitol Records pulled the plug on that bullshit, man. And shit, good riddance.
Yeah.
They should have never plugged the nigga in. The fuck?
It was fake anyway. All his streams, his clout was all fake anyway.
Yeah. Oh no, that's that.
I don't know if it was fake, but I mean, like I said, he did a song with Gunna.
That's good.
That's
Trying to what? Song with anybody.
I don't know, man. Fuck that nigga, man. For the record,
go look up Gunna's catalog. He's got songs with people you'd be surprised that he's worked with.
Hey, man, so at the end of the day, man, is this a win for the culture? Because I know our big argument last week was who are the gatekeepers, who control the fucking culture? Is it us or is it them? So is this a win for the culture? Getting the culture actually get this nigga shut down? Because we asked for receipts on our last show, and before we could even post our show, Black Twitter had already brought out all the receipts. So I mean, is this part of the part where we were saying, well, I think Alex last week was saying I
literally just said, fuck that guy, it's not real.
Well, you didn't say that. You said that, but that's not the point that I'm making. I'm making the point where you was trying to get your point across that we still control the culture.
Oh yeah.
Or what's being put out there.
The fact that Black Twitter got him canceled justifies, at least in my mind, my stance from last.
So is that Capitol Records worrying about black dollars, or is that Capitol Record just not wanting to have to apologize and deal with the blowback of anything that would have come with this motherfucker had they went down the road further with him?
PR. It's all PR. Because first off, nobody's really holding Capitol Records accountable for shit, right? Who the fuck knows who their artists are? You know who Capitol Records artists are? I don't.
Yeah.
Are you going?
I don't know. I don't know who no artists belong to unless they.
That's
Jay-Z,
my point.
motherfucker.
That's my point, right? So we have no way of holding them accountable, or no desire to hold them accountable. And whoever that white guy is likely ghostwriting. He's still involved in the music industry. He's just no longer the front, even though he wasn't the front at first. He was a fucking digital Sims character.
Mark my words, that fucking character ain't going away.
Nope.
And that character is gonna have a Tekashi-like trolling boom at some point.
Yeah.
Probably on Fortnite as we speak.
Guarantee it. I guarantee.
That's what the fuck he looked like. He looked like one of our fucking our kids' Fortnite player characters.
Yeah. You know, like it
but
is what it is.
But I mean, they do shit to appease us. So we made this think about it. You know, had we not been together, made this think about it, then at the end of the day, this motherfucker would have been getting his rocks off, and he would have been spitting all that shit. You know, the nigga, I mean, everything about the nigga was appropriated, you know? Like,
let me ask you a question.
Do you down to his skin tone, my nigga.
Do you think
what's up?
Do you think he kept his 100K?
Yeah, I don't think they cashed him out though. I don't think
they
ever cashed him out.
If they signed him to a contract and gave him 100K,
that check bounced, man.
I don't know. Is that the way it worked?
No, they probably gave him an advance, nigga, but he didn't see the full amount. Like, he would have had to deliver something. All he was bringing at this time was his subscribers. So other than bringing his subscribers, he only had what, 3-4 songs. Alex may know better than we know. How many songs you remember, Al? He was talking about the Gunna track. You know, we didn't even know he had shit with Gunna, nigga. I just saw the nigga eating corn on a motherfucking drill or some shit. So
yeah, but good riddance, man. You know what I'm saying?
That was a test, bro. I feel like they were testing the pulse of the culture, bro. They just wanted to see what they can get away with.
That's possible too. That's possible too, man.
Up out of there. They had to fabricate the numbers to make it look like it was feasible for this thing to even be real. And we canceled that shit.
You know who else they canceled over the week?
Who they canceled?
This nigga Ari Spears, cuz.
Oh man.
They
who is this nigga Ari Spears, man? What is this nigga's claim to fame?
They got that nigga the
Mad
fuck
TV.
out of here.
That's where I know him from.
Mad TV. I mean, he's a comedian.
He was on the OG
man.
Mad TV.
You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't fat back then either.
He's a comedian. Like Ari Spears did the impersonations too, right? Like that was part of his shtick. Yeah, but I mean, so apparently this nigga you know, came at Big Lizzo.
Big Lizzo.
Big Lizzo. About like is that Lizzo,
what he say? What he say?
Let us hear it.
We're gonna drop it.
Yo, you know somebody that actually made good music, man? Lizzo.
Lizzo?
Yeah, bro. Have you heard her shit, yo? Like, as a songwriter, yo.
I can't get past the fact that she looks like the shit emoji.
Yo.
Very beautiful girl. She got a very pretty face. But she keeps showing her body off, nigga. Like, come on, man. Come on, yo. I'm sorry. Listen, I ain't the most in shape nigga in the world. But I still, you know, when you funny and you got swagger and confidence and you decent looking, I think I'm at least handsome, you get pussy. But a woman that's built like a plate of mashed potatoes is in trouble.
But musically, yo, she go hard, man. She a good songwriter, though.
Oh, yo, she's dope. Her music hard, her body ain't.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh, here they come. The wall of Braveheart bitches. Like the battle on the field coming over the hills. Are you ready for a war? You can hear the horses thumping on the fucking ground. It's about to, here he come. Who that motherfucker think he is? Be body shaming, fat motherfucker. You know what kills me about women? Is the hypocrisy and the contradiction. Yes, queen, slay queen. Yes, queen, slay. Yeah, girl, your confidence. Fuck diabetes. Fuck heart problems. Fuck heart disease, cholesterol. Y'all all claim womanhood and about sisterhood and support for your sister, you know, when it come to that ridiculous shit. But if you really gave a fuck, why wouldn't you go Black girl, we love you. We love your confidence, boo-boo. But this ain't it. This ain't it. That's the real love. Y'all will jump on me for making jokes, but y'all won't fucking be real and go, sister, put the eclair down. This ain't it. It's treadmill time.
Speaking of that, right, because she does have issues with her weight, right? And it's actually a video online of her crying about being fat shamed. Did you see that video of her crying?
We all do. I do.
But yeah, man, she says she be having an issue, man, with people fat shaming her about her weight and cracking jokes about how big she is.
Well, how you gonna have issues, but at the same time show your whole ass at an NBA game? As comedians, we take what the defense gives us. You don't want to be put out there? Then don't put it out there. And again, I know, listen, I ain't never met a plate of pasta I didn't like. I'm a pasta hooer, nigga. I'm trying. It's an everyday struggle for me. You know? I come from a family where, we drank fried milkshakes.
So this nigga said all of this, and they on his ass. They on Buddy Bumper.
He say anything wrong, my nigga?
I'm not even gonna judge whether the merits of his comments. What I will say though is that nobody gave a fuck about Aries Spears. Like, he was an afterthought before this weekend, and now his spins is up. So while some people may say he was canceled, he was irrelevant before these comments. Now he's relevant. He's in the news cycle.
It is worth saying.
I won't say he's irrelevant because they was interviewing him for some reason.
He was on like a Vlad interview Monday.
It's worth saying that he is promoting a podcast, 2 different podcasts, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So I don't know if he thought that shit was gonna blow up, but I think it was very intentional.
Nigga, we need to diss Lizzo then. What the fuck?
Lizzo be dissing herself. G, like, her fucking
I'm
Instagram
not down
handle.
on that cross.
Her Instagram handle is Lizzo be eating, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, look, I'm not even gonna take that bait. All I'm gonna say is that Aries Spears wanted to get his name in the news cycle or in the social media cycle. He was successful. He strategically and purposefully used the name Lizzo because he knew that it would garner this type of backlash and response, and it worked.
Well, the interviewer asked him about Lizzo. You think they talked about that shit pre?
That was definitely calculated.
Yeah,
but anyway, this is the thing, though.
Can a nigga that's irrelevant be canceled?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We've seen it happen before, but like, I don't even know if it's about canceling them. They just sunning that nigga every chance they get, man. You know what I'm saying?
And who is this? This the Lizzo Hive?
It's the Lizzo Hive. It's the I don't
everybody.
Know
it was.
It is what it is.
Let's keep it a bill, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get our funnies off, man, but motherfuckers, like, that was a low blow, man. That shit was unnecessary.
Was it?
It was classless. That's the best way I could put it. It was classless.
Okay. Can we get to
it? Was unmerited, unwanted.
Yeah.
He wasn't telling jokes. He was literally
was telling jokes,
dogging this chick, bro. Nah, bro.
Yeah,
he literally. And look, if you heard everything beyond the soundbite, he called her pretty. He said her music was fire. He just does not. He's not attracted to her body.
He's not attracted to
and my man,
bad body build ass.
And the question that my man asked had nothing to do with how she looked. He said her music was fire.
And he said, right. And so he did something polarizing.
He could have been like, yeah, her music ass or her music is fire. One of those two.
This is my question.
Completely unnecessary
he
to talk about what that woman looked like.
This is my question.
Let me say this. Let me say this because I've been kind of quiet on this subject. First of all, Lizzo, she does dress herself up. She puts her face on. She presents herself. This nigga Aries Spears, bro, be looking like a sweaty blunt. Like, every time I see
a sweaty blunt, nigga.
Bro, this nigga
look
like
no blunt sweated.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. And
this nigga looks terrible every time I see him. No homo. Like, bro, come on, dog.
I ain't gonna be super
all people
panda.
trying to clown this chick. Like, nah, stop it.
I ain't gonna be
He's
super
a comedian.
Panda.
He's been talking shit about people.
I've said on this very pod that Lizzo's a fucking mess. I'm not a fan of the shit that she do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, nigga. She wore a shirt with the ass out at a basketball game. Like, that type of shit is just fucking goofy. If she put her raw booty on fucking bench seats, nigga, like that is that type of
That's
shit.
That's definitely dirty,
bro. Let me say this:
I'm not into, and I could care less about that shit. But you know,
there's etiquette
it was a low
to
blow.
Comedy. When
it's
fat
not.
comedians talk about fat people, they usually self-deprecate and they talk about their own fatness. They don't never come for somebody else. That's what
he literally said. I'm not the most in shape nigga.
Talking about put the eclair down, like nigga, you about 370. Like nigga, slow down, bro.
He literally
like,
did acknowledge his own fatness
right.
in the segment you're talking about.
That's crossing the line. You can't come for somebody else.
Why is it crossing the line? See, that's what I'm saying. Everything can be talked about except for.
I was gonna say. So I was just gonna say because if Ari Spears called one of us a fat bastard, everybody in this bitch might laugh. But the minute he gets to talk about a black woman weight, now we got to get on his ass. Now he got to get canceled.
It was way he said it, and then he went on and on and on. What's the word?
He's a fucking comedian.
Did you ever watch Mad TV? Didn't they go on?
He's one of my favorite characters.
Niggas? Didn't they talk about sensitive shit, things that people would be offended by? That is the point of some comedians, right? It is to be offensive in a comical way, right?
Lizzo has two types.
He wasn't on stage. He wasn't putting on a performance.
He was in character during that interview, was he not?
Man, I think
Lizzo got two type of people who follow her. It's either people who are body positive people and people who are like me, who be like, yo, that shit a mess. I don't care to see that shit. Right? It's two people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody I think will agree, you know what I'm saying, people who listen to her music, by the way, will say that her music is good.
Who the fuck listens to Lizzo's music?
I didn't know she made music.
I don't listen to Lizzo music. So
I heard one song, nigga. I heard one song that Lizzo made.
I personally don't listen to Lizzo.
And that shit to me was like fucking beating a fucking wall with a bat, nigga. Like that shit was fucking awful.
From what I know,
like get that fat girl shit out of here. And I'm a fat nigga. Like I'm not trying to hear that shit. And I'm tired of motherfuckers trying to protect her big body ass.
From what I know about
my girl Shorty, gonna be like, you was on the show, cutting up.
Yeah. From what I know about Shorty, she is like she promotes body positivity, right? You know what I'm saying? She's
rotund.
She's a
big girl. So you could call her never mind.
She's a big girl, and she's, you know what I'm saying, she posts. It's really like legit.
So
hold on. You could put her Instagram versus Meg Thee Stallion Instagram, right? And you're gonna see the same type of content with two different body types, right?
So let me ask this. So
and then this is the thing, it's niggas that like that though. I'm not one of them. I'm
let
assuming
me
y'all
say
not one of them.
Let me say this to Al.
Like that shit.
Let me say this to Al, because you said that it was in bad taste or in poor taste.
It 100% was.
What he said was in poor taste.
Facts.
But when Lizzo out here serving us them body pics, that shit ain't in poor taste.
Why is it not?
Say the same shit about Meg. Say the same shit about.
Okay, let me. It's people that don't like black women, right? And they see a black woman dressed like that, and they gonna say it's gross.
Look at my face.
But then if it's a white woman dressed like that, they'll be with it.
Yeah,
no, nigga. If it was Meg or who you say Burgos or. Yeah. Come on with it.
I feel you.
Run the algorithms up. Fuck is you talking about? Don't nobody want to see cheekless fucking.
John Homie Ashanti is well known for the thirst trap pics. Again, if that's
Lizzo's a bigger artist than Meg. Not even close.
What?
Lizzo is a much bigger artist than Meg.
You are fucking drunk, nigga.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah, I'm not.
You said that Lizzo's bigger than Meg right now?
Man. Yes, and it's not even close.
Not even close.
All right.
I hope the hotties get on your ass, boy. Right. Does Lizzo have a sauce?
A sauce?
Meg had the hottie sauce going up last summer. Fuck is you talking about? My son requested it. Like.
Yo, so again,
Sweaty had a
Lizzo shit. Lizzo sauce would be Thousand Islands fucking
that nigga
dressing.
That nigga gotta call that bitch sweaty.
Sweaty.
I have nothing to say.
Sweetie, cuz
sweaty, whatever that.
Sweaty.
This nigga like Doja Cat looking like one of the Warriors, nigga. Like, Warriors. We not gonna acknowledge not the Alzay body positive.
Doja was bad until I seen
so are y'all saying that y'all okay?
That bitch looked like Sean Penn from American History X, nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
Okay.
Telling motherfuckers
right.
put their mouth on the curb. Nigga, fuck a Doja Cat too. Look, I go both ways, nigga. I fuck a Lizzo, fuck a Doja Cat. I fuck them all, nigga.
We off the rails. And
Good. For a Monday night, we should be off the rails.
I want to bring y'all back home, man. Like, y'all okay with what Eric Spears said, though? Real shit.
I mean, he's a comedian to me, so I don't hold comedians to no standards.
I'm agreeing with
Are we saying it was in comedic?
It's like that's the only way you can take a comedian. Like when they open their mouth, you have to give them the fucking the bail that they're speaking in a comedic light. Like I don't go to them for my motherfucking political stance or no kind of stance. I go to them niggas to laugh. So when he drops that gem, nigga, it's funny. Like, and it's partially true. He's saying some shit that probably 80% of the motherfuckers in the world think. He just fucking said it. Like, what's wrong with it?
Did you laugh when he said it?
I did. And I waited for the next joke.
Funny, and you laughed because you thought it was cringy.
No, I laughed because it was funny. Like, nigga, when I think about a shit emoji, nigga, I mean, I can see her face on it, motherfucker.
Y'all need to do better.
Nah, don't tell us to do better, nigga. You done came on this bitch and swiped us for fucking 9 weeks, nigga. Like
they about to.
No,
it's not. He's a comedian. He's telling jokes. Like,
let him tell his jokes.
If you don't like a comedian's jokes, you just turn it off, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
them weren't jokes, man.
They were jokes.
They were personal attacks, Al.
It was an attack.
I believe
yeah,
so. That's
like
what
it was just unnecessary. And if you in a comedic set, then I think I can understand that a little bit differently. Personally,
if he was on stage with a mic,
that I think it would have been received a little bit different.
To literally create publicity and buzz and conversation around his name for something that he's going to do in character as the comedian Ari Spears.
But this is where we should have the clout butcher, you know.
Was it cloudy? Was he reaching for clout? It's definitely clout. When we started the conversation, we said that he was pushing 2 new podcasts. Yeah. You want to get what do we say in all of our pre-pod? Was it? We got to find a way to go viral, right? He found a way to go viral. That nigga found a cheat code. Lizzo might be the cheat code. That's why Jaffe pushing this agenda tonight. We going fucking viral, nigga. Like, nigga, we gonna piggyback the fucking cheat code and run with it. So, but no, was it cringy? Potentially, but again, he's a fucking comedian.
He's a comedian,
but no. Some things are in poor taste. I will agree with Alex when you say that. The context of the conversation, they just pulled Lizzo. Like, it was an attack that wasn't warranted. Lizzo hadn't said nothing about him. There was nothing there. It wasn't a comedy bit. It was in poor taste. But at the same time, why wouldn't you expect something in poor taste to come from a fucking comedian? He's a fucking comedian.
All I'm gonna say is the whole poor taste idea comes from if you like the person or not.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say, because you know what? When we didn't like Trump, all of the jokes that were talking about all the type of shit that you would call poor taste about anybody else, it's cool because we don't like this motherfucker. So it's not in poor taste when we don't like a motherfucker. When we do like a motherfucker, it is in poor taste, which I think is part of the reason why comedy is dying. I don't want to get on the comedy is dying hill because, you know, that's not what this is about.
You can die.
But I mean,
that hill is. I'm gonna say this, man. Like, in a world where right now everything is so generic, and you got people who are really trying to push, again, body positivity is a huge topic of conversation right now, especially in our culture, right? When everybody out here looking like the bumblebee, got the
body positivity is bullshit, for the record too.
Is it though?
Yeah, it is. Is it body positivity when we're 50 years old with diabetes and hypertension? Oh, my nigga, be positive though. That doesn't fucking make sense.
No, but I mean, but this is the thing, man, and this is a misconception about fat people.
No, not every
fat person is unhealthy. Number one,
what is one of the leading issues in America right now?
Heart disease
in the Black community. Heart disease, obesity, diabetes.
But
these are things that are. I'm not saying every person. Not every
heavy person is.
We also can acknowledge, we can be truthful. As a fat nigga, we can be truthful about certain lifestyle habits and choices. Definitely carry higher risk for these things.
100%.
Right.
100%.
And so where are we going with this? I want to hear.
I'm saying body positivity is a joke. The reality is, do we want people to say, hey, I'm going to carry around high risk factors in our community where we're dying from this shit? Hey, let's embrace these high risk factors because body positivity.
But hold on, let's get personal. Let's get personal. We got 3 niggas and one on the verge of being. Well, you like to pounds.
This nigga love to say on the verge.
This nigga love that passive aggressive fat boy.
The fuck, nigga. Now we finna cook your ass in poor takes, nigga.
I'm keeping it funky. Like, how do y'all feel about y'all own bodies? Since we talking about body positivity and y'all saying it's bullshit, like.
I'm telling you right now, I'm fat as hell, bro. I mean, don't get me started. I love myself, but if we finna sit up here and act like, and we've had this conversation many times. Look, healthier lifestyle habits need to take place. Weight needs to be lost, just so that I could maybe see 80, 90.
But it's
that's not what I asked, nigga. I said, how do you feel about your body, your body image?
I just told you the first words out of my mouth was, "I'm fat as hell." That's literally.
So are you happy? That's not what I'm asking you, nigga.
I'm happy individually.
I'll answer the question, Alex. I ain't never been.
He's not even letting us answer. He talking over us.
I ain't never been self-conscious about my weight.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? Ever. Not
There's
one time.
There's a difference though.
Hold on, but not one time in my life have I been self-conscious about my weight. You know what I'm saying? However, I've always, wanted something different, right? So I mean, you could be a work in progress, but like. If there's ever been any kind of feeling about my weight, it was how I looked in a certain article of clothing or something like that, or wishing it was easier to shop for the big homies. Other than that, I've always been good. It wasn't till I'm now closing in on 40 that I started thinking about health on a different level, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna keep the conversation going somewhere. So you and Jive was talking about ankles out and all that shit, right? Celebrating how y'all look as big homies, right? Thanks. All 4 of us feel like we could clean up. So what's the difference between that and what Lizzo's doing?
No, whoa. Nobody on this pod is saying Lizzo can't conduct herself the way that Lizzo feels she wants to conduct herself.
So then what
nobody's
are you saying?
saying that. No, what we're saying is she's not free from criticism the same way we aren't.
That's if I want to beat me to it, because I was definitely just about to say that shit.
If I want to only button the first 3 buttons on my shirt and have my chest out, you know what? There might be somebody that like, man, that nigga look gross. And guess what? John's not gonna give a fuck.
Not give a fuck. They're gonna say, what the fuck that fat bastard doing with his 3 buttons down?
That's the difference right now. I'm not saying what Lizzo can and cannot do. That's not even my place.
I'm sure they was asking why that fat bastard Alex got his motherfucking thighs out like that. You know what I'm saying?
They probably was.
But it didn't phase you, right?
Exactly.
So, but you're open to the criticism because you put yourself out there like that. Why can't she be open to the fucking criticism?
Who says she's not?
Because every time somebody says something about her body, they gotta get canceled.
But does she come for anybody that's coming for her? Or she just, no, she don't, bro.
She definitely made mention of this on when she accepted her award.
Period.
Why the fuck do you? Why do we give so much fucks about motherfuckers in their body type any fucking way? Like, to be absolutely honest, I may be on my own here, and I would go out on a limb and say I am.
My own.
I would definitely go out on a limb and say I am. I'm tired of seeing bitches with they pants pulled up all the way up in their ass, turning around looking at the camera like that shit. Like I don't care to see that shit. I can live without that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm tired of seeing the Build-A-Bear bodies, bro. These bitches think they need to get work looking goofy as hell. And I'm gonna be if I ain't the first one to say it, I'm gonna try to be the loudest nigga saying it. Y'all look dumb. All right. Ass cheeks don't match the proportion of your thighs. You cut your nipples off, put them on top of your titties, and then you got scar tissue and tattoos on the under boob. The shit looks terrible, bro. Now, I'm gonna be real. The shit looks terrible.
There's other way. I mean, there are some
stomach looking like a fucking flat
but if we canceled fucking Alex for vilifying these women, it's okay for us. It's not okay for us to talk shit about Lizzo, but it's okay for Alex to talk shit about the Build-A-Bear bitches.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Let me say this.
Come on, man.
To you, Nate, and to you, Alex, I'm not tired of any of it because when I get tired of it, I just don't consume it.
I hear you, but like
that's that simple. You just don't consume it.
You can't pull up Instagram right now, and trust me, I don't follow a single one of them chicks. You can't pull up Instagram right now, and not see that shit.
Hey, just because you don't follow them, don't mean you wasn't looking at smut. See, that's why I keep showing up on your feed. My Instagram is full of chef shit, shoe shit, football shit.
Shoes, football, and barber.
In Ashanti.
Bro, it's some beautiful women that have went to the butcher shop and destroyed what God gave them naturally.
And that's what I was getting
trying to appeal to the masses. And I'm here to tell y'all that shit looks terrible and you look better.
Body shaming goes both ways, man. Because but what it is right now, it's a war on females with natural bodies. Right?
A war?
Yeah,
it is, bro.
Serious?
It's a war going on outside. No man is safe.
Because if you don't look like one of them Instagram model chicks that had the procedures,
I don't want you.
People is because they doing the same shit with Glorilla right now.
I know niggas who said they only want a chick with a
niggas is talking
surgery blade.
Niggas is talking about Glorilla need to get some work, and she came out with something today like. Nigga, take it or leave it. This is what you getting.
For every person that I've met that said, I only want a shorty if she's been surgically enhanced, I know at least 5 or 6 niggas the other way who's saying I don't want nobody that's had plastic surgery.
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know.
There's niggas on this pod right now who's saying I don't want a shorty that's had surgery.
Now, if getting you a SpongeBob body shaped chick is the opposite and you have the option, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends. Listen,
but that's the problem. The problem is in what you just said. It's either one, like people feel like it's one or the other. It's either you got your body done, and if you don't, it's not good enough.
That's
like, but there's definitely women
who feels that. Are you saying that women inherit the weight of society or the societal expectations?
has forced them to think that they're less than.
Then
they
should seek therapy and get that shit.
And they should. It's a lot of motherfuckers that do need therapy. A lot of women's psyche is very fragile.
But it's a lot of people.
Maybe I get canceled for saying that, but
no, I mean, it's real though. But I think it's a lot of people who, it's not to appease a man. They want to look better in their jeans. You know what I'm saying? They want to look better in their tops.
But that shit doesn't look better.
No, but for some people, right? Again, bro, like you, it's a lot of women out here that their bodies change when they have babies. We talked about that last week. Their bodies change forever, right? And sometimes the only way to rectify that is surgery, and not all cosmetic surgery is.
How often?
But hold on,
how can they stop there?
But not all
how can they go over
surgery,
the top and be looking all stupid and shit?
A lot, but like not all cosmetic surgery is so you can turn around and become an IG model.
In the early to mid 90s, when breast augmentation became huge, and all these chicks was coming on like Jenny Jones and Ricky Lake looking terrible. That's how the culture of the ass is now.
Wait a minute.
Shit looks that goofy.
So you're telling me at 10 years old, you remember when breast augmentation became a thing?
I know y'all capping if y'all ain't fucking watch Jenny Jones.
I was subscribed to Boom Cruise, G. I was subscribed. I was locked in.
I went from a geek and now I don't want you.
Geek to chic.
That shit looked terrible then. Titties looking stretched out like some beach balls and some balloons. That's how the asses is now,
bro.
But come on, man. Like, there's nothing wrong, no matter how shorty is shaped. I'm talking about Lizzo. That's with her saying that she's proud of her body. Now, again, as many times as you're gonna see her with her stinking booty out, you're probably gonna see her trying to work out and shit too. But like that shit don't get no buzz. But at the end of the day,
what she does is irrelevant. If she loves herself, then she shouldn't give a fuck what nobody else say.
But motherfuckers is just cruel, G. You know what I'm saying? And like that's why I said, why do we give so many fucks about a motherfucker body in anyway? Like that shit. That to me is obnoxious.
I don't necessarily care about individual bodies, but look, our lifespans are lesser than our counterparts. Right, we don't live as long, and there's a lot of reasons for that, right? And there's certain medical things that impact us harder than others. And so, like I said, when I talk about weight, I talk about body positivity, quote unquote, which I think is a farce anyway. I want all my niggas to see their great grandkids. I want all my niggas, all the people I know, to live long, healthy, prosperous lives, and the rest of the shit's irrelevant. How you look, I don't really give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying?
Body positivity is not it's for the individual. It's not for everyone else.
Yeah,
it is for the individual, but that's not the way it's discussed.
You can't say that it's bullshit if you comfortable in your own skin because you're a reflection. Your mentality and attitude towards your own appearance is body positivity.
Everything John just said is a fact. Everything you said was a fact. And you can still be proud of your body and your size and your shape while you working on fixing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, like Nate personally, whether I'm 400 pounds or 150, I'm going to be happy with myself because I'm a confident dude, right? And it doesn't matter what I just happen to be a big homie at the moment, right? But it don't matter. I think I would have the same mindset if I was a little nigga. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know if that really makes a difference. Am I wrong?
No, Nate, if nobody believed in you, God did. That's all I'm saying, nigga. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't believe in yourself, nigga, God did.
I'm about to drop me one of them little tears right now, G.
Hey man,
listen.
Not
zoomed in, man.
Listen, at the end of the day,
sweat from that ring light.
Nate said if he had the option of getting his body done, fuck it, he'd get flued out, right? Somebody else just got flued out too, though, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to talk about it long, but the nigga that flew her out, I got a little smoke for that nigga. So, so it's the new female rapper, man. We talked about, you know, industry plants and who controls the culture. It's a new female rapper, you know, she got a nice little turn. I think Alex gonna catch on with her real good. You know what I'm saying? She might even replace Big Glow. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about Ice Spice, man. You know what I'm saying? Shorty got a track out right now. I think it's called Munch, right?
Stop playing with them, right? You thought I was feeling you? That nigga a munch. Nigga eat it, he ate it for lunch. Bitch, on my body, I get what I want, like. You thought I was feeling you? That nigga a munch. Nigga eat it, he ate it for lunch. Bitch, on my body, I get what I want, like. Bitch, say balance, keep it a beam. Know they be mad, I be on the scene. Ass too fat, can't fit in a jean. Use my stitch, but it's not what it seems. I got that ready, I'm keeping it clean. Fucking with niggas that's toting a beam. Saying you love me, but what do you mean? Pretty ass fucking me like that I'm mean. Baddest bitch, how you shitting me? If you ain't a baddie, can't sit with me. I swear that these bitches my mini-me's. He wanna sex, niggas be dreaming. I'm from the X, niggas be scheming. I'm on their necks, they's not breathing. Thumb in a check, blow their demons. You thought I was feeling you? That nigga a munch. Nigga eat it, he ate it for lunch. Bitch, on my body, I get what I want.
That nigga's a munch.
I'm about to start calling niggas munches, cuz.
That shit's catchy as hell.
It's catchy, right? But you know, she got a couple tracks out. They ain't longer than a minute and 30 seconds per track. The boy Drake, Canada's own, you know what I'm saying? He heard the freestyle, you know what I'm saying? Saw the visuals with it. He decided to fly out, you know what I'm saying? They took in a couple concerts together. They said she might be the newest female rapper on OVO. So do we think that Drake flew her out based on her lyrics and her music ability? Or did Drake fly out based on her looks? You know what I'm saying? Was Drake a munch this weekend?
I mean,
she was definitely a munch. Looking like Barry White with the hair slicked back and shit.
He's definitely a munch.
So the nigga's definitely a munch.
Yeah, and like definitely munching.
So he flew Shorty out, you know what I'm saying? Shorty leave, and then he come back with this Razor Ramon hairstyle, you know what I'm saying? So it's probably right here in the little right-hand corner, you know. I mean, the nigga look like he got a pack of Newports in his fucking top pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man. Nate, you a barber, G. How do you get that texture, my nigga?
I mean, like, that's just reverse waves. Cause I told you, like, niggas get to a
reverse waves.
They get to a certain age and just start combing their hair backwards, G.
So like if it looked like he just put some water in this shit.
If you have a curl
pattern, exactly what it was.
And you comb your hair backwards, that's what it looked like.
My shit would do that right now if I combed it backwards, like Nate said.
I think you should do that for the listeners, man. And shit on the
one
social,
time for the one time.
So do we got to put any product in that shit, bro?
I mean, you got to have some hold in there, some pomade.
Yeah. Some pomade.
You know what I'm saying? Some Murray's or something at least.
That nigga look like a sleazy Italian uncle, G.
Otherwise it'll throw up after a while.
That nigga look like he run numbers in his off time, G.
He look like his pops, bro. Honestly, that's what he looked like with his hair slicked back like
Crazy
that.
Out here wilding the fuck out. Like, oh, he's just doing some shit just
extra shit, man. Stay in the cycle, man. The news cycle.
That just brings me to the point that, hey, is Drake in a midlife crisis right now, y'all? The last album, the braids.
I've heard
now the comb back hair. It's Drizzy after that excellent 10-year, 12-year run he had.
I have heard a theory on Drake.
Let's hear it.
It's not my theory, so I don't want to claim it as my own. But I've heard that he is the world's greatest method actor. That he pretends to be a rapper, he pretends to be a singer, he pretends to be a techno nigga. Now he's got the Razor Ramon cut, and you start looking at like the discography and the different like waves that Drake is on. I'm starting to wonder, maybe he really ain't in it for rap. He really is just on some acting shit.
Man, as a nigga that's experimenting with the hair in my mid to late
midlife crisis, nigga.
This
it ain't just the hair.
Crisis.
You definitely your late 30s. This is a mid to late.
I'm talking about mid to late, nigga. Late, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's definitely like that.
Hey,
yo ass.
I'm only 36, bro. I'm 36. So I'm closer to the mid than the late.
Anything over 5
you on the other
is late,
side of
nigga.
math, cuz like
I ain't 37 yet.
You round up.
right,
Just so you for the record, you round
you don't
up.
round down. You on the other side, bro.
I mean, if we round in from 5 to 10, I'm closer to the 5, which is the mid.
You round
up. What the fuck is this nigga talking about? From the 5 to the 10, nigga.
He flunked math, y'all. He flunked math.
Okay. Bolingbrook education.
So you experiment with your hair. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, at this point, like I said, I'm in my mid 30s. The hair is I got a few grays. Like I gotta do something with it that I've always wanted to do. So I want to grow it out.
This would be the midlife crisis that they just asked about.
It's not a midlife crisis.
The grays have caused you to do some other stuff, right?
You holding on to your youth. Come on, talk your shit then.
I got hair. It's growing. It's full. It's got good texture. So you know, if I want to braid it up, if I want to keep it curled, I ain't got to the point of slicking it down and slicking it back yet, because it ain't even. If I blew it out, it wouldn't be even. So I can't wear it like that. But you know, I ain't gonna be out here looking like Young Jock and no shit, but I'm playing around with different stuff with my hair while I can. It ain't no midlife crisis, it's just something I want to do.
You holding on to the hair that you have because you know that it's all downhill.
I ain't going nowhere.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
I'm in a place professionally where I could do what the fuck I want with my hair. I'm just doing me.
I would have believed you until you said I got a couple grays. All right. See, when you started with the grays, man, it sounded like you've been thinking about how to make your hair look a little bit younger, man.
No, because I'm not gonna color my hair. All I'm saying is, while I'm in my age where I could, like, you know, do what I want, I'm gonna do what I want. Period.
So it's Drake to do. So you're saying that he's not in a midlife crisis, but is he trying to
Drake's
hold on?
Younger than me.
Is he trying to hold on to his youth or?
Man, we definitely not for the deep dive on Drake hair, man. Fuck that nigga, G.
Nigga, I'm past the hair. I'm asking you, is the nigga based on his music, his actions? Is he holding on to something? Is he still trying to be relevant? He trying to catch a wave?
Drake is still Drake is still one of the top mega stars in the fucking rap game.
Method actor.
No doubt about it. It's not even close. Like
method actor.
We can hate that nigga moves all we want. We can lame him out, clown him, whatever. Drake is still the biggest thing in rap music as we speak.
So does his cosign of Ice Spice put her over?
No. Nigga,
can I ask this question? What is
we
Ice
talking
Spice?
about the wrong thing with Drake, bro.
Drake cosigns everybody. Like Drake does music with everybody.
Since we bringing up Ice Spice, what is she?
I think she's
a woman.
No, okay, of course she's a woman,
what
man.
Kind of funny question is that?
What is her nationality?
I think she's Latin. I think she got a little bit of that.
Is she
Latina.
black? Does she have any black?
She says nigga. That nigga's a munch, so she got to be black.
Fat Joe say nigga. Khaled say nigga.
Let's go there. Here we go.
Khaled says nigga.
What?
Khaled don't say nigga.
Me, nigga. What?
We, nigga.
Khaled been saying nigga forever.
Yes.
Khaled say nigga.
Khaled say nigga in shots.
Who? Like, we, nigga. Like he says nigga. Like
Khaled says nigga.
Khaled
yes.
says,
I don't believe that.
That's
he
tough,
must have snuck that one.
Go ahead and play the track, Nate.
We the best.
Now y'all believe us?
That's disappointing, man.
Yes.
Khaled.
That's disappointing.
Khaled was saying nigga in shotters.
Man.
I don't know.
Say it. He can say it.
No, he can't.
Oh, don't you start. Don't you start.
He can.
Who giving this nigga the ability to get this nigga a pass?
No, I'm not giving him a pass because nigga is used as a derogatory term toward people of Middle Eastern descent as well.
You see, you walk right into the trap he set for you.
We're not doing that.
So
you walk right into the trap that he set for you, man.
Get up out of here.
If you
get up out of
Stop
here.
that, man.
Get up out of here.
I really didn't know. I didn't know. I knew about Fat Joe. Cardi. Cardi's Latin, and she says the shit. Obviously, what's this girl name? Munch Shorty. What's her name again?
Ice Spice.
Ice Spice. Yeah, Khaled. I'm surprised. I really didn't know Khaled was on that. Are you
serious?
Dead ass. I didn't know. I don't listen to Khaled's music.
Man, like I said, if you throw a sand in front of it, it's a derogatory
Come
term.
on,
So maybe,
bro, like,
maybe they reclaiming it like black people have reclaimed it as well.
Khaled should not be able to drop the N-word, bro.
Yeah, Khaled can't say nigga. Fat Joe shouldn't be able to say nigga.
If we holding motherfuckers, but let's look. Latin people and Hispanic folks feel like they could drop the N-word in front of black people. They feel like they of this culture. Like yes. Y'all have never been around.
So
there's a difference between there's Latino or Latin people that have black that are from black or African descent, like all the Caribbean Latin countries and stuff, like Puerto Ricans. What else?
By that estimation, Fat Joe's a Puerto Rican, right?
Cubans, it's black Cubans, so like they can say it. A Mexican can't say nigga, bro. Like, stop it. Fucking
you don't hear Mexicans say it.
So
they shouldn't be. Argentinians, Chileans, motherfucker. Hell nah, bro. Y'all need to stop.
In 2011, DJ Khaled was trying to justify his use of the word nigga.
DJ Khaled saying the N-word.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a nigga. You see what I'm saying? Like if somebody ever took that in what's that word? Arrogant? I mean,
arrogance?
Yeah, like if somebody thinks it in another way, they dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, taking it right.
Like if they take it to I'm trying to be, that's like, I grew up like that. It's a slang. It's actually a positive word, the way I use it.
In life, there's real niggas and there's fuck niggas. See, we the best. I worked my whole life to show these niggas. DJ Khaled, Beanie Siegel, we the best.
To where he was saying, I'm a nigga. If somebody ever took that in the arrogant, if someone thinks it any other way, they dumb. I grew up like that. It's slang. It's actually a positive word that the way that I use it, the way that Ace Hood is using it. If you think like that, it goes back to the internet to hate. That he says, for me to say we the best, who we nigga, we the best, you know what I'm talking about. Niggas that's thinking that is dumb fucks. Once again, I like to shout out the fan who love music. What makes me mad when I grew up, niggas was calling me a sand nigga. That's ignorant. That's ignorant. That's ignorant because there's only one way to say it. You can't say, yo, what's up, my sand nigga? That's not the way we grew up in the streets. When I say what up, nigga, I say that to Green all the time. What up, Nick? That's just me greeting you with love. But if somebody takes it another way, they dumb. That's like dumb. That's dumb. Like they dumb.
So to that point, Nate, that's the point that I'm making. They feel like because they grow up in the hood or, you know what I'm saying, in a difficult situation, then it validates them saying nigga. That's the point I'm making.
You, Alex. A lot of white people that grew up in the hood.
You want to know?
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying.
Called a sand. I can't say the full term.
Now look.
But that supported my stance that I literally said without ever knowing what he was saying. This is
the problem. We need to start gatekeeping blackness as a whole. All right, not just our culture, but blackness as a whole. No, we do, because see, a lot of these Latin people, they want to be able to say nigga and rap and be a part of our culture.
But when shit hit the fan for black folks, them motherfuckers, I'm on my side, motherfucker. They not with us.
Okay, so we need to gatekeep strategically. How do we gatekeep that? Tell me how.
Nigga, I'm not here to give you a solution, nigga. No, I'm just talking my shit.
Look, it is collectively. You know how we could do it? We could not listen to Fat Joe. We could not listen to DJ Khaled. We could not listen. To be honest with you, let me make a side note for DJ Khaled. What the fuck does he actually do on his albums?
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Let's stay in this conversation, bro. He not that either. Let's stay here.
He put all the people.
What you got, Nate? What you got, Nate?
Or we can you know, as much as myself included, probably myself number one, the four of us and all niggas worldwide, we can just stop saying it.
Stop saying it.
You know what I'm saying?
But like, this is my problem with that response, because the reality is the blackness that I'm talking about, gatekeeping, doesn't start and stop with nigga, right? So it doesn't. Black people that are not black literally want to take all of the benefits,
appropriate everything that we do,
that they associate with blackness when it's convenient, and then they want to not be a part of any of the things Go ahead.
But and I'm gonna cut you off there because we look at culture, right? And then we dissect culture, and then we try to own everything about the culture, right? And to be honest, there is a lot of people outside of the Black race who help drive the culture that we know, right? We talked about it time and time again. And the culture
driving the culture,
100%, bro. Like
who outside the Black race is driving the culture
who
for our
leads,
benefit?
Who leads Def Jam music right now?
Fuck
Two white men, Leo Cohen. You know what I'm saying? There's and he is one of the staples. Hold on, in the music you love. So like DMX, Jay-Z, all the people that we as a unit grew up loving. It's because of them niggas, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we forget about all the people who helped create the culture that we love. Bro, breakdancing, it was a whole lot of white niggas breakdancing, bro. It was a whole lot. I mean, I'm just saying DJing. It was a whole lot of.
I really have a problem with what you're saying because whoever those white guys are, who I don't know their names, and I don't even give a fuck about their names, right? They did not listen to DMX and be like, Pat, this guy's hot. Let him make an album. No, what they did is they observed the wave that DMX already created and said, I can monetize this for my benefit.
No,
that's not true, John.
If you're crazy, inaccurate. Okay, so you're telling
I'm
me.
gonna give you an analogy. I'm gonna give you an analogy. Just like the civil rights movement, there was a lot of white people that helped and supported the civil rights movement. There was a lot of white people who started in hip hop scene from the grassroots, from the ground up, that helped it build it up to what it is today. So
what I'm saying to you is
stay at Def Jam, bro.
What I'm saying to you, let's get back to DMX.
And Rick Rubin started Def Jam.
Right.
Rick Rubin is a white dude that look like Santa Claus. Like them, they are equally involved in starting what the record label that signed all the artists that we getting ready to talk about Jay-Z here in a second. The best rapper of all time. And that's
but go ahead. Keep saying what you're gonna say.
I mean,
we're not gonna get into a best rapper of all time.
Whoever, I mean, self-acclaimed. But we're saying all that, but like to say that them people don't got at least a place at the table is just completely inaccurate.
No, what I'm saying is that those people, look, when I remember hearing this story, I forgot who was telling the story. They were talking about DMX and his freestyle battles in Yonkers and shit.
That's what I'm going to say, Ron and all them.
Yeah, and he had his dog, and his dog would growl on cue and shit for his freestyle. And DMX is creating this reputation and this wave within the community. And all the white guys that you're talking about did was recognize the wave, say, hey, maybe I can
monetize this shit.
I can make this wave.
The same thing Russell Simmons or
I'm a big fan of
was they signed him.
I'm a big fan of Rick Rubin and Beastie Boys and all of those cats. I'm not trying to take anything away from them. Yeah, there are people who are of the culture, but I can tell you this: Rick Rubin ain't sitting in the room saying Jay-Z my nigga. Rick Rubin ain't fucking New York Cohen. Them niggas is, I can guarantee you they not.
I am just talking about John's point about gatekeeping.
But the problem that I have with this analogy is they did not discover those guys. The community
I'm not saying that they did.
Discovered.
I'm
so
saying that they played a part.
All they're money men.
Right. I was using that.
Why are we assuming all the white people involved had money?
I'm not assuming anything. They are
based on the example that he gave us. Them niggas are the heads of the company.
I don't care what you say. Like, it's nobody. If nobody that knows music can say that the Beastie Boys was appropriating, that the Beastie Boys don't deserve a place at the table when you're talking about.
They about the only ones.
I'm just, I'm like,
man. Fuck
I'm not.
Niggas, man.
I
can't stand it.
You can't tell me that Rick Rubin don't have a place at the table. That Leo
Rick Rubin's the guy.
Have a place at that table.
I don't even know this.
You can't tell me that Paul Rosenberg don't got a place at that
table.
Fuck
Paul Rosenberg.
Paul Rosenberg
I'm not saying.
You better off saying Jimmy Iovine or somebody.
Jimmy Iovine. I'm just saying all those people have.
You're talking about
Vlad is one of those dudes too. Like, again, you can't.
Adam?
The cop.
You can't. Vlad TV. Call him a cop.
Adam from No
Again,
Jumper.
regardless of how we feel about it, bro. Like, this is what I'm saying.
No, because the problem that I have with what you're saying is,
do a white boy growing up in the hood make him any less hood?
Yeah.
No. Why?
He's not going to go through the same things. I don't give a fuck what.
That's
you
bullshit.
Say.
Nate feel attacked, y'all.
No, I don't.
We speaking to Nate.
No,
Nate was that white boy growing up in the hood, my nigga.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
I know a lot of motherfuckers that was pure right.
Let me ask you a question.
Dirt poor.
Let me ask you a question.
Who grew up in the same struggles I did. Now again,
let me ask you a question.
What's up?
That white boy is in the hood.
Yeah.
Right. If it's him and 3 other niggas walking and 12 pull up on them,
right?
Do you think that white boy gonna get treated the same way as them niggas?
That has nothing to do with.
No, you just said does a white boy in the hood have
does.
a different? It absolutely does. He's
or argue another example.
Well, let's answer one experience before we move to another.
No, that's bullshit. Because I mean, I can give you plenty of examples of the same white boy that was part of my friend group growing up that got into more shit than we did. And that got pulled over and got pulled over. I'm not saying that, John.
Than the niggas who got into equal amount of trouble that he got into. If we're talking
about the average, scenario, then I would agree with you. But again, the slums, the hood, the trailer parks, all that shit is closer than you fucking think.
I'm gonna tell you is the stats tell a different story, right? So when you talk about education from the same economic status, when you talk about healthcare from the same economic status, when you talk about police interaction from the same economic status, guess what? The white boy that grows up as dirt poor as the black guy has it better.
Not saying that.
That's the stat.
All right. So this
hold on, Alex.
Let me. I'm gonna piggyback off.
Let Nate answer. Let Nate answer. He gotta ask. Let him answer.
I want to be very clear on what I'm saying. What I said was, and the question I posed to the three of y'all was, does a white person growing up in the hood make them any less hood? And it doesn't.
No.
Their experiences may be different, at different times, but
they understand
what
it is.
They're gonna understand the same struggle that we do. You know what I'm saying? May not be from a colorism standpoint.
To some degree.
I mean, if you waking up and you ain't got no food in the cupboard, that your stomach gonna growl the same way whether you're a white boy or black
some
boy.
Things
right?
are definitely universal.
Right. So like if you grew up in the hood as in an area, and I'll use Kankakee for example. When we growing up out there, you talking about 10% of the community in certain parts of Kankakee was white folks. Now, those people and their experiences was very similar to those of their counterparts growing up, right? So like the things that they're exposed to, he not going to be exposed to Justin Bieber growing up, to the Backstreet Boys. He going to be exposed to 112. He going to be exposed to Jay-Z, to DMX. Like that's what's creating his wavelength growing up, right? So like to say that person doesn't belong to a culture, or to say that Shorty a white boy with mics, he don't know shit about the sneaker culture. How the fuck we know where you growing up with? Like,
Alex, I know you got a point to make, but I wanna just piggyback this on Nate. So essentially what you're saying is, and let's just put this in this term then.
Yeah.
So Elvis Presley ended up having to grow up with in the slums in the sharecropper shit because they were poor, right?
Word.
And that's how he appropriated black music and made it his music, right?
Right.
But everything that he was doing was essentially somebody else's. So what like, and I'm just bringing this full circle back to like Fat Joe and Khaled, what we originally started, because the conversation stemmed off to multiple conversations. But the original conversation was, are these niggas culture vultures? And them standing behind the fact that Latins have as much fucking influence on hip hop as African Americans, just because you grew up in New York when the music was coming, like, yes, you were part of it, but you're appropriating it to what your level of understanding it is. It may be the same music, but it's still appropriated music. Elvis did the exact same thing.
My brother is as white as it fucking gets.
We know.
And my brother grew up. My brother introduced me to Wu-Tang Clan, bro. My brother did, right? Because like of the people that he grew up around, bro. Like my brother introduced me to fucking the Jizza. Liquid Swords was the first CD I've ever owned.
So let me ask you this, though, Nate.
So
let me ask you this:
everything from playing basketball to his sneaker collection to the music.
And I'm not taking nothing from your brother. Right? I hear you, right? Let me ask you this. So let's just put it like this. Let's put it in a term that everybody, our listeners, can understand. Your brother grew up like that, and we know how y'all grew up. Shit, I look at you the same way. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You grew up in a mixed household, black and white. You know what I'm saying? So you got it some way this way. But I'm asking you this: for as hood as your brother can be,
he not hood though.
But this is what I'm saying.
That's the point. Like you don't gotta be.
I'm not saying he got to be hood, but what I'm saying is he dropping the N-bomb at first chance he gets? Of course. And is he gonna go on O Block and be like, but I'm hood, I'm with y'all. He's not gonna do that.
And that's what I'm saying.
I'm not going on O Block and
regardless. But
that's what I'm saying on my nigga. Because what I'm saying is like, and all I'm saying is countering what John was saying. So to appropriate the culture, I think you can't be part of that culture, right? And I think there's a lot of people who are part of the culture who don't get that level of respect. So again, if you grew up in the slums, no matter what color you look like, then you can identify what we got going on. If you didn't, and then you try to tag on to that shit, that's when the appropriation comes, and that's when the gatekeeper should then come in and say.
Well,
for the record, Nate,
I just want to say.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Al.
Let me say something real quick, and I want to touch on a couple points. First of all, I think John is slightly misguided in what he's saying, but I think it's because John is crossing up the experience with privilege. White people have privilege, and we need to acknowledge that. 100%. So if you took the same 4 kids, 3 black, 1 white, from the same background, let's just say they all go get a trade, right? And the same 4 people apply for a job, that white kid is going to get considered before any of those 3 black kids, just because the color of his skin, right? So we all know that, we acknowledge that. But I do agree that, you can have experiences or shared experiences based on your surroundings and your upbringing. Now, does that give you the full access to our culture? I mean, in some respects, yes, but in some respects, no, because you're still a white person. You still have your own culture. You still have your own background, your own lineage, all of that stuff.
Describe culture though. Describe culture before you carry on, because like I thought we were diving directly into like hip hop culture, right?
No, remember what I originally said.
Right, culture as just like a black person, you would never.
What I originally said is we need to gatekeep blackness.
Right,
that's what I
said.
Talking
about black culture,
blackness, right? So not the hip hop culture, but blackness and hip hop culture.
Well, I took us way off the rails there. Hip
hop is a part of black culture, though.
Black culture is American. It's not like that. That's what I'm arguing. I'm arguing that we can't, because the majority of people that we identify with are black. We can't say that it's only a black thing, because it's not.
I'm not saying that hip hop is only a black thing.
That goes to Fat Joe conversation where he.
But I won't say that hip hop is only a black thing. But what I will say is black people created it, and then other people hijacked it for their benefit, like every other form of music in America.
So let me ask you this, Nate. Let me
finish making my
go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
My last point. Man, y'all done made me get out.
While you think about it, let me ask you this, Nate.
My fault, Alex.
While you think about it, so Nate, when X came in there and stood on the desk at Lear Cohen's fucking office and he kicked his shit, you think Lear Cohen's felt that shit? Like he knew what it was to be grimy and from the slums? Like you think he was like, yeah, this is it? Or it was another voice in that room that was like, I'm telling you, this is it. At the
same time, do you think Kevin Lyles did that shit? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying none of them did.
But what I'm saying, it's a lot of people that may have been at that table though, Jaffe, who may not have had the same experiences that DMX did and can't identify with it at all.
But I'm saying most young rap niggas that come in there, none of them niggas that's sitting at that table can relate to, unless you rapping for Jay-Z or a nigga that done that.
So why does it make a difference if that person at the table is a white?
But the point that I'm making, but this is what I'm saying, Nate. But this is what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying.
To answer your question, Nate, directly, the reason why is because the people you're talking about, they gatekept the airwaves. You couldn't get on the air without them. That's the truth, right? So you couldn't get on the radio. You couldn't get a CD in Best Buy without white people letting you. So
Alex,
go ahead.
You know
Alex,
what you were saying? Go ahead.
So all I want to say is I think we need to get away from jumping to conclusions or making assumptions based on the way a person looks. So we see Khaled, we see, whoever, Jack, I'm gonna say Jack Harlow. I don't know where the fuck he come from or what his experience was in Kentucky. But at first glance, that's a white boy. He shouldn't be a part of the culture. Like, we need to stop doing that. He don't say nigga in his music, you know what I'm saying? But he's definitely a part of the black culture in terms of hip hop, and he's winning in it right now. He might be industry playing, he might not, but we don't know. We jump into conclusions. So we need to get away from
hip hop.
We need to get away from just jumping to conclusions based off
this is why
somebody's physical appearance. They white, they brown, they ain't black.
This is why we need to gatekeep blackness. It's not about whether or not you're black. There's black people that are not a part of blackness, right? Clarence Thomas is not a part of blackness. So it's not gatekeeping based on your physical appearance. It's gatekeeping on your respect for the things that matter.
But you don't know nothing about these people besides.
But if we continue to allow more and more of them to come in, then what the fuck do we have? Because now we done made
the next wave, just like we've done every other fucking time.
The thing is, Al, we got to get our house in order. I'm just to tell you right now, how many times have you looked on social media, seen a white boy with a little bit of rhythm, and now he's being invited to an imaginary cookout? Right? Oh, of course. He can, you know what I'm saying? So,
but what's wrong with that? We sharers, bro. Black people love sharing what we got. We love sharing our culture, our identity.
But them niggas don't like sharing with us, nigga. They like to take it all, nigga.
My point is this,
and put your ass in the back.
To what John just said, my point is this: that white boy that show a little rhythm, he probably grew up, born and raised in the middle of the hood with nothing but that around him and surrounding him. And
or he might just have a little rhythm and be a MAGA white.
Two things can be true, right? And I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the part that I'm saying, which is a very real thing. That white dude could have grown up and probably never even seen 5 other white people in his life. It's people like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
he could have grew up around all white people with privilege and then joined a black fraternity. And fucking
watch YouTube,
or be true. Regardless of where he grew up, maybe we should be a little bit more choosy. Figure something out about this motherfucker before we invite him into our house.
But it's unnecessary, and that's what I'm saying. The reason why I'm saying it's unnecessary is because who am I to tell you that your experiences don't mean everything to you because of what you look like?
I don't give a fuck about
who am I to say that.
That's why I said we need to gatekeep black.
Because until you experience that fear of the police being behind you, nigga.
Jafito, Cam is never gonna understand anything about your upbringing.
We had these conversations.
Right, my sons is never your sons, John.
Okay,
your daughters, Alex, are never gonna experience what
this goes into a greater conversation though. Blackness is not a monolith in that way. I don't have to grow up.
And that was the other point I wanted to get
to be black, right?
Yeah.
But there are certain things, right? It doesn't matter that I didn't grow up in the hood. Guess what? If Bolingbrook PD lit them lights up behind me, they might be on bullshit just off the fact that I'm black, right? Doesn't matter if I was in the hood or not. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things about blackness that we are all too willing to share, and those things end up being used against us. Those things end up being taken from us and given to other people, and that's why I said we need to gatekeep.
So what do you want to gatekeep? Let's put some like definitives behind what you're trying to gatekeep.
That is what I want to get to.
First and foremost, I mean
the word nigga. We all can agree on that.
No, 100%.
First of all, let me tell y'all a story.
We all can agree on.
I got a Mexican homie who's younger than me. He's probably what?
10 Make it brief.
He's about 10 years younger than me, and he grew up on the east side of the world with black people and
that
Mexicans.
Nigga's weird, bro.
They all say the N-word. Him and his friends say the N-word. Now he asked me if he can say it around me. I told him no, don't be saying that shit, and he respects it. So there's a difference. Like, I guess to the point of, growing up in that environment, you feel entitled to be able to use the word, but at the same time,
he says nigga when he's not around you. For the record,
he probably does. But I can't control what he does when he ain't around me. But when he's in my presence, I know he don't say it. And I also know that he doesn't say it in a derogatory word because, you know what I'm saying, we've had these conversations.
I don't want to spend too much time on that. But the fact that I've literally heard him beg to say it. Like the nigga has literally asked you for permission.
Oh my God.
It speaks to some weirdness.
Did Alex get that nigga permission?
No, he did not. Absolutely not. But why do you want to even say it that much? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Because that's
weird
just
shit.
part of what he's grown up with, and I can get that. That'd be like me growing up with
Gatekeeping
J's or
Blackness,
something,
man.
And then like I got around the fucking Malaysian manufacturer of Jordan, and they was like, my family died in the factory. I don't want you wearing J's around me, but I like wearing my fucking J's. Let me wear them.
When we're talking about gatekeeping Blackness, right? Things that we create, we should control who has access to them, who can appropriate them, and who cannot. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, other cultures do this shit all the time. They do. Nate, are you gonna have a bar mitzvah for your kids? No, nigga, that's not for you.
I mean,
right?
I remember a time
is that
it was.
For you?
I remember a time it was a lot of niggas rocking rosaries, nigga. Like, I mean, I remember a time where perms was the wave, bro. Like, I remember a time when perms.
The problem with what
I remember
saying,
a time when women out here making their hair blonde and people rocking blue eye contacts.
Now,
no, I'm just saying.
No, let me stop you there though. You have to understand that the things that you're some of the things you're talking about, right? Like I didn't know this. We talk about blonde hair and blue eyes. Did you know that there were black people with blonde hair and blue eyes naturally occurring black people?
Absolutely.
And white people eradicated them.
We know the difference.
What I'm telling you though, so then that's not whiteness. That's something that they took and that they tried to suppress.
We know what they're appropriating at that point. Come on, man. Like, I know there's an island of blonde hair, blue eye, black kids. I know that.
Those people are extinct.
They
damn near dead from the earth.
But I'm saying,
all right,
that to say
Golden
that,
Lord. Shout out to Robert Townsend.
to say that niggas never appropriated nothing is absolutely fucking false. It's fucking false, nigga.
Man, we created all, man. We don't appropriate nothing. I'm
false.
on wax just saying
that is
niggas
false.
Don't appropriate nothing.
It's false. It's
Come on, bro. Man, this is what I want to say real quick though.
Chill.
I think the problem is as Black Americans, because everything we've done since we got brought over on the slave ships has been convoluted. We have a problem or struggle to identify what we've created as our culture and our history here in this country. So you can't compare it to a bar mitzvah when their heritage goes back thousands of years and it wasn't born out of fucking oppression. When then you look at we've been here for what, 400 years, 500 years, and we still, struggling to get a foothold on our place in this land and in this society.
Nigga, they shit corny and we don't want to do that shit, but they all want to do our shit.
It's obvious. I'm passionate about what I'm saying because again, and I've said this before, bro, like my nigga, bro, I don't like the word gatekeeping, period, because you or any other group of motherfuckers can't tell me what my experience is, right? So to try to keep me away from the fucking cookout for whatever you think my experience should have been or that it was, you don't have that right to be able to tell me that based off of what you think you know about me.
Let me ask you a question. Did Harriet gatekeep the Underground Railroad? That's why that motherfucker was successful, because she didn't let every motherfucker on there, right? She gatekept it based on the criteria that she set, right? And so when you look at other Black movements that failed, they were not gatekept. They were inclusive to everybody. And what happened? They were infiltrated. They were fucked off, right? So what makes you think our culture or anything else would be different when history tells you if you don't gatekeep, people will come in that intend to destroy, that intend to do bullshit, and that's exactly what will happen.
And again, I think you and me are talking about different things, right? I think you talk about Blackness as a whole.
I did, yeah.
And I'm talking about things from its inception, right?
Because them fucking Sun Dodgers, boy, they'll infiltrate some shit, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, look, all I'm saying
the real
is,
likings.
the fucking Sun Dodgers, my nigga.
All I'm gonna say is whatever it is that we create.
Shout out to Drea. That's her term.
Whenever it is what it is that we create, history continues to show us, whether it be rap music, rock and roll, country music, because we talk about music, so we'll keep it at a certain level.
That's all I've been talking about.
When we create it and we don't gatekeep it, they take it over and it becomes theirs.
John,
and we're gonna make some new shit that's more fire than the last shit, just like we do every fucking time.
I think you are forgetting, right? And we could wrap it up here. I think you're forgetting about who was instrumental in starting what we know as hip hop. I think you're not paying attention to the people who were instrumental in what starting this culture that drives the world today. And there were a lot
rich
of people,
white Jewish men.
There were a lot of people there
with money.
But why does that matter? If they were there at the inception, why does it matter? Why does it matter what they came?
Because they got it to the masses. If it was a black man there with money that could push it to the masses.
The only reason why they were instrumental is because they kept the airways to begin with. If they had let
there was nothing there. Like, we're talking about something that started in its inception. Hip hop was created and wasn't mainstream. They was playing that. They was playing that shit at house parties and block parties and shit, and nobody was listening to that shit. And they radio like, what, bro?
So, but you want to know what made? But you want to know what made that shit relevant? They took what the niggas was doing. That Fab Five Freddy, all them niggas, what they was doing in the basement on the block. They was doing that shit, and then what the only thing that made it mainstream, motherfucker, Run DMCs, the Beastie Boys, doing shit with Aerosmith. And making that shit appealing to all the fucking people. Then hip hop could blow.
Hip hop was more than rap, y'all. Like, and again, I want y'all to do some research.
Yeah. We're not out here trying to get our break on, getting our genuine on. You know what I'm saying?
Some of the most famous, some of the most famous breakers in that era were white boys. The
and
most
now it's
famous
genuine.
ones, right? Some of the most, like, bro, fucking tagging. You know what I'm saying?
Hip hop was a subculture. That's what made
graffiti,
sense,
breaking, scratching, DJing, rapping. All that is part of hip hop culture, and it's in its inception. And there were a lot of white people there, bro. And
you want to know what else was important?
I'm not
crack, nigga. The fuck was they in Harlem when shit was getting ugly?
I'm sure a lot of them was.
Some of them was.
I'm sure a lot of them was.
Born in the 80s, nigga. Crack baby. Fuck is you talking about? Them motherfuckers was going home to their nicely curated yards and shit. Motherfucker, they wasn't in abandoned buildings, sleeping on pissy mattresses. Nigga, that's the struggle. Nigga, that's the fucking culture. They wasn't in the bando with Alex. You fuck is you talking about? Nigga, that's what we talking about. Nigga, them experiences is different. Nigga, just because you come down to 35th Street, nigga, from the burbs to do some motherfucking spins on some fucking cardboard, nigga, that don't make your experiences the same. It don't. Because you gonna get your ass on that train and go all the way back to motherfucking.
If you rewind this back 15 minutes, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the people who grew up next to them niggas, and the people who had the exact same experience growing up. That's who I'm arguing for. I'm not arguing for the people who got introduced to something and then fell in love with it, and now they making it their own. I'm not talking about the appropriating people. I'm talking about.
So you ain't talking about the backpack rapping ass niggas.
I'm talking
with the spray paint in their backpacks.
That was there from its inception, and regardless of what it looks like, again, if it's some kids right now that have grown up in the hood and all they listen to is Lil Durk, King Von, and all that shit. And that's all that they fucking know, right?
Better not be saying nigga though.
And regardless, and a lot of them may very well be, right? And they shouldn't be doing. But I'm saying,
swear they can go to O Block right now.
But I'm talking about, like, it's kids it's kids out there who that's their experience. And who are we to say that you not invited? You can't come because you don't look like you've been through it.
Well, nigga, you should have to answer 3 questions before you get in this cookout, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? 3 questions of my choosing, nigga, before you get in this cookout. If not, then we gonna get down on your ass. Man. You better make your way back up north. Fuck is you talking about? But hey, man, we can talk about this shit for hours and hours, but we need to go ahead and wrap it right here, man. I think this is a good point, man. We can always pick it up as some other time, like always, man. If there's anything y'all don't agree with us, man, leave that dialogue under the comments, man. That's what it's there for. Please utilize it. I feel like this is one of those topics where we're going to have a lot of feedback on. But on that note, man, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to big homie Nate. Tell the people what you got to tell them, man.
Cancel the word gatekeeping, man. You know what I'm saying? And tune in next Wednesday, man. We're going to have some more fire for y'all, man. But I'm going to pass it to the op himself, Mr. Gatekeeper.
Hey, man. I'm a big proponent of gatekeeping, man. That's gonna be my name moving forward, man. And on that note,
you shall not pass. That's
it,
this
man.
nigga's new saying.
That's it, man. I'm gonna let Al bring us home, man.
Hey, man, I'd be remiss if I ain't give a shout out to the one, the only.
He
Miss
was gonna
Serena
get
Williams.
it in here one way
Hey.
or fucking another. I
Serena,
love this
bro.
nigga.
She on her victory lap, U.S. Open, the
It's
last
gonna be
one.
short, my nigga. That shit gonna be over by Wednesday, nigga.
She won her first match tonight. She got another one. She made it past round 1 to round 2. And
You finna get her brain scrambled on Wednesday night, nigga.
She finna do her numbers, bro. And then she running the doubles with Venus. So it's the victory lap for Serena, man. I watched the whole first match. I actually finally learned how they score tennis matches, so I know how to keep up
30
now.
years later?
Yeah, bro, it's been a minute. I've been watching them and I ain't know what the fuck was going on.
Alex
I
been
learned
thinking
tonight.
40 love just meant them motherfuckers was happy, G.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. If she win, I'm gonna lie and say I watch every match. But I'm not gonna watch that shit at all.
You gonna say it for the culture, right?
Yeah.
I know I'm supposed to be signing out, but I'm gonna say this: Serena is one of the greatest athletes of all time, male or female.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure we give her flowers while we still can, while she's still active in the sport. But on that note, holla.